everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Newton's Redskins going up against Bridgewater's Vikings. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. And they'll run it here. They find some open field here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Okay, Charles, the Vikings offensive starters, a former Ole Miss Rebel is a guy to watch, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
No doubt about it. And when you look at his speed, forget it. All right, just throw out that time stuff. Watch his play speed. He plays the game really fast and big and aggressively. They want to call him Megaquan. If he plays to that, he'll really help this Vikings team.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Startulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. The left side caught by Diggs. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So completion on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. But winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Tiger! Let's go! Play 90!
They go play action. Bridgewater. Flipping left side, and it's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Bridgewater now on second down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Let's go! Play 90!
Bridgewater on first down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Throwing. Bridgewater. Ed McCaffrey, the intended target. And that brings up 4th down. So off is Bridgewater, on the kicker Blair Walsh on 4th down. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Caught on the right side. Reed. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
3rd down now following the completed pass. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
They come out here in the eye. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
The best defensive linemen They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down.
Let's go.
On third down, Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Fresh set of downs here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He's got time. He sets to fire deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So off is Bridgewater, on the kicker Blair Walsh on fourth down. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So that scores now on their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he lost the football. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Time running out here on the play clock. To throw on second down is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Yeah, that's difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second down now after the incompletion. On second down, Bridgewater again. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Here's Newton now on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how you guys are going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now a first down throw for Newton. Gets it to Strong. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. There we go, a 2nd and 7. Throwing again is Newton. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the red zone now, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, here's Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now, Bridgewater now from the 50. Trying to lay one up deep.
Fender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
I got trick this side. I got trick this side. We got 3. We got 3. Get ready. Wait, Navy. 2 jet. 2 jet.
Throwing again. Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play. And it's a second down.
Coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. To throw on second down is Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now it's Newton. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So they're going to go for 2. Bridgewater will try and throw. That's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he fires one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Newton again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And Reed with it over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
They go play action. Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That's taken on the 25. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Newton to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation. Third and long, it's Newton. He's got the completion to Strong. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
On 1st and 10, Newton escaping the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quick.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Get high, baby. Get up. Let's go. Do it.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Let's go.
The second down throw for the blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Let's go. Dagger.
Back near the goal line, Bridgewater. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And this defense looks for 40. The game for that time as the drive continues.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. They may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. So off is Bridgewater, on the kicker Blair Walsh on 4th down. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But somebody, listen, if there got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Off play action. Newton. Flushed out right. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. 7 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
But
and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Another pistol look here. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down Vikings.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He completes it to Treadwell. 11 yards for number 11. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Here on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now Bridgewater is still down. Looks like he was shaken up there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now the backup Boykin, his first throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And they're able to up the lead by one more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.